want to watch my feet in this moment so that you know exactly what's happening. And again, very elementary, but it works. It's worked for 2,000 years, more than 2,000 years. Foot goes up. You're gonna watch how slow when I walk. Yeah, and feel everything. Feel your weight shifting, balance. Note everything. What is a Buddha? This represents for the Buddha because he's down there right now, hanging out. But what is a Buddha? A Buddha is one which knows. That's it. So in any moment of your life that you know, when you're in love, when you're eating, when you're hanging out, when you're listening to music, when you're jamming, when you're doing yoga, and if you know every step that you're doing, in those moments you are a Buddha. And that's why in all three schools of Buddhism, we assert that everyone has Buddha nature in them. And today we're going to tap into that. We're going to tap into that. And I'm probably going to incorporate this with loving kindness meditation music, because I think you guys like music. Yeah. And then I'll lower the music, and then you guys can hear my instructions again, just in case your mind jumps. And that's what we don't want, the mind to jump. Okay. Again, mindfulness is to remember to observe how your mind is jumping. It should be connected here in 10 seconds. It's connected. Okay, right hand over left. Let us take 3 deep breaths. As we walk, let us relax all of the muscles on our face, relaxing our shoulders. And slowly we bring a small smile to our face. Let us be grateful for good health this morning, enjoying nature, to be with your fellow yogis. this side of the lawn, we can also feel the warmth of the sun on our face, to note the warmth on our face, to practice deep listening skills, the sounds of the birds chirping. Let us take 2 more deep breaths as we walk. Breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know you're breathing out. As you walk, you will notice the temperature changing, the warmth underneath your feet, back to the cold. Right hand over left, looking right in front of us. Walking deliberately and intentionally, walking peace with every step. As we slowly walk on the grass, let us feel the texture of the grass.
I just walked in and I saw your sign and I was like, is she here?
The way you look at Allison, it's like I wouldn't know you. Hi, baby.
Oh my god, hey. Yeah, I want to be here at 10, but
That's very nice. This is what I say. It's not going to go like this. Stuff like that. Like that's definitely I'll show you pictures with and just look at that. Is that the one with Linux Carthy?
As we complete our circle, I invite everyone back to your original spot for some feedback and additional teachings, and perhaps a short 5-minute sitting meditation guided on loving kindness. Inviting everyone back to your original seats once you have concluded.
Okay, welcome back. So how did you guys like that? When we got back towards this way, I noticed that
When we came back over this way a little bit, you all can hear a little bit of chatter on the left. And even myself got distracted because quickly the ear was like, what are they trying to say? That's why it's important for us to, that's why I said during the instruction, intentionally, that you have to redirect your mind back to, I'm walking. I'm walking and I know I'm just walking. When I was in school and a teacher asked a student a question and they're like, Tom? And Tom's like, wait, I'm thinking. But we have to remind ourselves that when we're walking, I'm walking. No different than people in New York, right? Right. Pretty hectic, right? They got their phone in one hand and coffee in the other and newspaper in one hand. Not at peace. And each of us have to ask ourselves, what does peace look like for you? And Buddhism's definition of peace is free from disturbing emotions. What do we achieve by walking today? How about impatience? How many have patience issues? I'm one of them. Where's Gabe? Gabriel. This is the only way I have found, Juniper, Juniper wrote, told you all my bio, but one of them in there, besides being an interpreter, is that I'm also a driving instructor. And it's fun teaching to Gen Zs and Alphas because you watch their eyes, they're all over the place. There are people who are impatient, there are people who can't focus, and there's things that happen in people's lives that distracts them from driving in the present moment. And I kid you not. And when I'm working, sometimes I'm not wearing this uniform, because I just don't want them to know. And I'm kind of like Batman, or Superman, when they pull out their cape, and I time it just right, and I'm like, do you know who I am? I'm a monk. And let me tell you about what I have seen, I've been seeing so far. I see that you're distracted. I see that you have a lot of worries, as you just blew that stop sign like 4 times. I see the anxiety with the blinkers. You catch little small mistakes, but it gives rise and insight into what they're thinking. And for those who are not patient, I pull out of the car and I said, let's do some walking meditation. And they're like, what? I thought you were a driving instructor. And I said, I am. But this is important as it will save your life. Because you see, why we have to go 1, 2, 3 is no different than you getting in the car. Because when you got in the car, you even forgot to put on your seatbelt. So where was your 1, 2, 3? The first thing is to check the car, make sure it's safe. Then you sit, and you put on your seatbelt. 1, 2, 3. How do you guys cook? 1, 2, 3. And then you forget to set the timer. Now you see the clinical application of mindfulness, but in its most simplest form, in the simplest instructions. I sit on a panel of Buddhist scholars around the world, one of 40 around the world. We get into really deep discussions, 84,000 teachings. I got students that want to ask me about enlightenment and the 4 stages of enlightenment and very complicated or speech and debate. And a lot of things you guys read too, in Hinduism, Buddhism, even the Bible, a lot of things complicated, right? He said, she said, Tom, Dick, and Harry wrote the Bible. Tom, Dick, and Harry wrote our Bibles. But I want you all to see the living proof that I've been here for 30 years, went to school here, John Hopkins Middle, Northeast High School, ADHD, angry, impatient, but this method works. Now, caution yourself that it doesn't work right away. It's not the Tylenol pill. This is not Tylenol pill of Buddhism. So have faith, unshakable faith and confidence in the method, and have confidence in the teacher, though I'm young. And yes, I can be your son. But again, I started very young at 14. Was born and raised Catholic, and then adopted Buddhism because the way how my grandmother carried herself. This woman never judged anybody, smiled to all that she met, and I watched how she breathed each day. And slowly this ADHD child assimilated and adapted. And my students, they all want to change the world, and I said, we inspire other people by and through our own change. Ever fallen in love with someone who's angry and controlling and you want to change them so bad? You feel the need to change them? Me too. I've been in love 7 times actually. I'm like, are you a virgin? Definitely not. But it's like, how do you control them? Control is a very big factor in relationships. It's like, honey, I love you, but I need you to. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen, Felicia. But when we are calmer ourselves and we change the way how we say things, mindfulness starts with thoughts, and then becomes speech, and then action. Ever hear the Dalai Lama say, I dedicate my body, which is actions, my body, speech, and mind for the benefit of others? You want to win that person's heart, you want to be in that relationship, you really care about them, we got to find our own faults and fix them. That's what it means to be a monk. So the ordination today for future Venerable Dante here is exactly that. No different than Gary said earlier about, people finding happiness outside of us, running away, trying to find happiness outside, but it's actually all in here. So hopefully when you see the image of the Buddha, you will do this. Be like the Buddha. Be Buddha. I have Buddha nature in me. I am calm and at peace. Or sometimes pretend like you see those stickers. What would Jesus do? Remember those stickers back in the day? WWJD? Well, for us monks, we're like, what would the Buddha do in this moment? And respond in the most calm, kindful way possible. And when they touch you or your food is not ready and you're waiting in line and that thing that says you gotta have it right away and you're just like, Karen girl, if you don't move out my way. Sit with it. Sit with it. I'm sure for some of you it was uncomfortable walking so slow. I'm sure you were like, oh my God, why is he walking so slow? I've never seen a human walk this slow. The faster you walk tells me how intelligent you are. The way you drive tells me how intelligent and reckless and careless you are. Right? Because why do they walk fast? Because they can process information fast. But what happens with intelligence, human intelligence? It gets you in all sorts of trouble. You start thinking for other people. Yeah, well, you went to school for yoga, not fortune telling. Did not graduate school of fortune telling. So be aware of your intelligence. Buddhism is about utilizing our intelligence and wisdom to better serve you and other people, versus unaware why I'm doing things so quick all the time, and how much it has shot me in my own foot. Right? Forget your keys, forget your route, frustrated. You know, where's Gabrielle? Yeah, Gabrielle was tripping this morning. Straight tripping, bruh. Can I use what you said this morning? Man, I gotta pick up Cambry, and that's like 20 minutes away, and I gotta go pick up Dante. That's another hour, man. I gotta come back another hour, 30 minutes. I'm like a, you know, I've been doing this for 10 years. The title is Ajahn, and Ajahn means, you know, doing this for 10 years, at least. Yeah. And we ate at Carrabba's before coming into here. And I said, man, that's a lot of suffering. No different than taking out the trash. Why do people not want to take out the trash? Because you think about it and not just do it. I gotta drag this bag, it's heavy, it's smelly, it's dark at night, raccoons might wave at me. Ma, I ain't trying to do this right now, Ma. So I hope to bring it to your awareness with some of these very realistic examples of everyday examples of how I relate to all of you, my human Americans, my fellow Americans, on what it's like to be at peace and how you can start the process. And before I take questions, for the first 16 years of my life was boring as a Buddhist. I was taught the Buddho technique. In-breath Bud, out-breath To, the Thailand technique. What does Buddho mean? It means Buddha. And Buddha one which knows. So we're sitting there, and my master goes, Venerable Bufu, and goes, in-breath Bud, out-breath To, one which knows. And he wanted us to know that we're breathing. That's why I said breathing in, you know, you're breathing in, breathing out. You start to program this. Indeed, some of you may take years. Indeed, some of you may take months. It depends on how you've been conditioned by this life, by this country. Make America great again. I'm trying to make you great again. But trust me, if you dedicate 5 minutes, start off with a couple minutes, increase gradually, 5 milligrams, 15 milligrams, 20 milligrams of meditation, and eventually you wouldn't need medication. Believe it. Do I look 36? Exactly. And then I hope you let go and everything. Okay, have any questions? Because I'm tapping the timer here. All right, I'll be available for questions afterwards. After this, I'm going to hand over the microphone to Juniper. Juniper. And I'm going to gather my students, and we're going to head over there to the right, that way, where we just walked. There's a little circle, and I'm going to start arranging for the ordination process. You get to hear Pali, which is the original language of the Buddha. Thank you so much for your attention and all your wonderful, beautiful smile, and just, you guys are adorable. Just want to take you back to the monastery. May you all be well, be happy, be free, always be healthy.
Thank you.
Okay, we have our next speaker. Her
Her name is Kimberly Rose Cincho. She is a world-renowned published author of the Mary Magdalene's book series, a trans clairvoyant channel, and a psychic clairvoyant medium. She's a facilitator of a very potent and powerful light known as the diamond light, the same light penetrating the Earth's atmosphere. She is very excited today to tell you how she came into this path.
Thank you so much.